Bro, I don't care if you're 18, 35, 45, or even 60. Do not give up on meme coins. And in this video, I'm going to run you through exactly what my story is, as well as other people who have had their breakthrough. And the fact that you're watching this video is a sign that you shouldn't give up and you're about to break through. I want you to understand that every single person that you see in the meme coin space that has made hundreds of thousands or even millions were all in your position at one point. No one ever got into meme coins knowing what to do or understanding what's going to happen in the next 6 months, 12 months, or so on and so forth. But what they didn't do is quit. And if you quit, then you are guaranteeing that you fail. You are guaranteeing that you make no money. And I'm telling you now, and you know this yourself, there is no other space other than meme coins where you can make insane amount of growth in such a short space of time. Like, I've seen someone go from like less than a couple $1,000s in their account to over $300,000 in the space of 24 hours. Now, whether you have a couple $1,000s or not, the point I'm trying to make is there is nowhere else on earth where you can turn that sort of money into that sort of money. It's insane. And I want to give you my story of where I came from to where I am now, and what I've also helped others do in the process as well, just so you can see what's possible for yourself, and hopefully you can relate to one of these stories as well. So with me, I've been in the crypto space since about 2020. And by saying that, I don't mean like consistently, right? 2020, I had no clue what I was doing. 2021, I had no clue what I was doing. Even 2022, I had no clue. And around that time was when NFTs were popping. And NFTs was like the meme coins of 2021. Everyone was hyping about it. Everyone was involved. There was a very, very small percentage of people that were making a stupid amount of money. And then there was people like me who just kept on losing money back to back to back to back. Now, don't get me wrong. I'd make some money here, some money there. But all in all, I'd always lose. I'd always end up in a loss overall, right? And it just felt like crabs in a bucket. And I was one of those crabs. And like all these other big traders were just looking at us from above and just like, using us as exit liquidity, right? And sometimes I feel like I'd get to the point where, okay, I'm understanding things, and then I just go back right to the bottom, right? And it's not a good feeling. It is not a good feeling. But one thing that I will always hold on to is the fact that I know this stuff works. And it's true, NFTs worked. I just didn't get to figure out in time. Fast forward to 2022, NFT season started to die out, and there was no more NFTs, right, for us to be profitable. So got out of that, no longer was in crypto that much. We entered a bear market, everything dropped. And I was like, all right, cool. Now, fast forward to the end of 2023, around December times, I started to see things about meme coins. And I was like, you know what? NFTs was popping back then. And, I've got that risk taker mindset. I was like, you know what? Let me get into this. January 2024, I got into meme coins. And again, started losing a bit back to back. But I started to understand the market a little bit differently to what NFTs were like. NFTs obviously were like physical, like not physical, but they were pictures, right? It wasn't necessarily about charts or anything like that. It was just pictures, and again, I'm not going to really go into that, but it was different to meme coins, right? But my first ever win, and I'll never forget this, I didn't even know what I was doing, but I put about $100 into a coin, and I slept on it without a clue of what's going on. I didn't know why the coin was going to go up or anything like that. I was basically just gambling. Woke up in the morning and I made 3.3k, right? I probably even have the screenshot on my phone. I'll show you guys, I don't know, maybe later or something like that. But it was a coin. I think it was to do with Trump. I'll probably attach a screenshot somewhere on the screen. But the point is, when I had that moment where I turned $100 into 3.3k, I was like, whoa, this is easy. And that's where the trick was. It wasn't. And some of you, this is why I'm saying, I'm telling you a story right now, so maybe one of you can relate to this, or some of you can relate to this, where you've had the big win and you thought, okay, cool, now is my moment to shine. And then it's not actually as easy as that. And I just kept losing and losing and losing and losing and losing. And then I started to get a hang of things. And the thing is with me, I take action extremely fast. And by that, I mean I won't wait 10 days to take 10 trades. I'll take 10 trades in a day, so that by the time it's the 10th day, I've already taken 100 trades and learned from all of them. So I was a very, very fast learner. And back then, this was January 2024. And then what I decided to do is I decided to reach out for some help. I decided to try and find someone who's actually experienced in meme coin space and see if they can help me. I actually ended up partnering with someone because I had expertise in starting groups, right? I had expertise in like starting coaching programs, courses, like paid communities. And this guy, he wanted to do that. And I was like, cool, you know what? In exchange, help me trade meme coins and I will help you build a community. We'll do this together. And we did that, right? Fast forward to today, we're running the crypto house, which is around like 400 members. And it's a pretty insane group. Now, the point is like, I was able to learn extremely fast because I had the right guidance. Now, I know a lot of you aren't in a position where you can do that, but but remember, back then, there was no YouTube videos on how to trade meme coins, or if you go into my YouTube channel, there's a lot of YouTube videos that you can learn a lot of stuff on. There was none of that back in 2024, like January, February times. No one was on YouTube, right? And it was difficult. But I got the hang of it. And I realized that having a community around me helped me actually do that. Now, fast forward to now, I've made an extremely stupid amount of money from meme coins. And I can sit here and confidently say that my success rate is not high whatsoever. I'm talking my success rate is probably around like 30%. Meaning for every 10 coins, only 3 of them are wins, 7 are losses. And I've actually come to notice that majority of successful traders have success rates similar to me. Because it's not about how high your success rate is. It's how well you can handle your losses, as in like how well you can cut your losses, how well you can actually come back from those losses and not revenge trade, not emotionally trade, and how well you can actually make wins, right? You know, are you just taking 2x because you're panicking, you're panic selling, you're not really giving yourself reason to actually sell? You know, are you clipping on the way up so you can maximize your profits? Because here's the thing. If you make 7 back-to-back losses, let's just say, for example, I've got $1,000 and each and every single coin I put in, I don't know, let's just say $100, which even then is a bit much because you're risking 10% per trade. But let's just say for the sake of this example, put in $100 into 7 coins. But let's just say every single coin that I lost on out of those 7, I cut losses at 50%, which again is even high, but let's just go with that. That means every single coin I lost $50, and by the time it's 7 coins, I lost $350. All I need to do on those other 3 coins that I win on is make a 2x and a bit, and I'd be on break even again. Now let's think about if I was to make a 10x on one of those coins. If I made a 10x on one of those 3 coins that I won on, I'd have made $1,000 and only have lost $350 on the other 7 coins. I'd already be $650 up. Now I've still got 2 coins, remember, because I've got a 30% success rate. So out of those 2 coins, let's just say I hit a 3x and a 3x. That is $300 plus $300 plus $1,000. That's $1,600. This is how the market works. This is genuinely how the market works. You need to be able to win less than you lose, but your wins must be maximized more than your losses. The issue with a lot of you is you're maximizing your losses, minimizing your wins. And here's another example. I had a guy, and I've posted this on my Instagram. By the way, if you go into my Instagram, you'll see so many highlights on my page to see what other people have been like earning as results. And you'll be able to break this limiting mindset or limiting belief that you can't make it as well. I had someone who started trading around like February, March times of 2024. By October of 2024, and the coins he got into were Fred and Peanut, he made over $600,000 on just those 2 trades. And I kid you not, I speak to this guy because he's a very good friend of mine now. He wasn't making any crazy wins, but he stayed consistent throughout that 6 months or 7 months, however long it is. He never gave up. Imagine he gave up in September. Imagine he turned around and said, you know what? I don't think meme coins is for me. I want to go back to doing what I usually do. $600,000. The guy went on to buy multiple cars. He started his own rental business. It's an insane case study. But this is reality. And a lot of you, if you follow my Instagram or you follow my Telegram, you also see that I had another member who joined me, and he literally spent his last amount of capital on me because he put his trust in me. Before joining me, he lost $800, and he said, you know, that was a pretty big loss. So he trusted me. He's like, bro, I've got 30 euros left, but I trust you. 30 euros at the time, it was like 0.2 Solana. And in the group, and I've got screenshots, go to my highlights, you'll see them. He documented the process. He documented him taking the trades that I was calling and building it up to 40,000 euros within a matter of like 3 to 4 months. Then he ended up buying a car, all from the profits, Audi TT. What did he then do? He went on to buy more cars. He bought a Audi Q8 after that. He bought a Porsche Cayenne. Right now, I think he's in a Porsche Taycan. All from starting from 30 euros. Now, this guy's story is different to the first one. Remember, the first one, he lost for 6 months straight until he made a big win, 600k. This one, he consistently compounded his wins. He was making wins from the beginning. But again, the point I'm trying to make here is everyone's story is different. No one is the same. And you're on your own timeline. I can't tell you whether you're going to be a millionaire next month or not, but you could be. No one else can ever tell you what you can and can't do either. Because this is what the meme coin space is about. It's all about asymmetrical growth. It's all about exponential growth. Like, here's like what the chart will look like. Like, the chart will look like this for the beginning for some of you, and then all of a sudden it will just go up like that. For some of you, it will be gradually going up, and then sometimes it'll go down and then shoot up. This is what meme coins is about. But what I can confidently say is there is no space in the world that you can turn your current situation into an insanely unfathomable situation than meme coins.